Let's talk about this Mark II a little bit. So it is a piece of junk, and that is 100% okay. It is supposed to be a piece of junk. Mark I and Mark II is always a piece of junk. So Mark I was just to demonstrate the technology. We did that. Mark II is supposed to be the technology in a full working system, and we have that. It's just not working all that well. So let's take a look at these components here. So basically, I have four things. We got a track, we got a laser, we got a camera system, and then we got all the junk here that makes everything run. So believe it or not, if you start with this junk, it actually does work okay. Battery is strong enough to power absolutely everything. We don't know the battery life yet because we don't really have a full test. But so far, that's okay. Got a fuse box, got the buck converters, got the computers that run all the systems. Everything there seems to work okay. So for now, I think we can leave that alone. Go over here to the laser. Again, laser works okay. All right, it's a lower powered laser. It runs off this 2D gantry. That one does okay. It can move where we need it to go. It can fire. It does kill the weed. That one's fine. This computer, computer vision / camera component is probably the biggest piece of junk that we have on this thing right now. So Mark I only had one camera. We got two on here, so we got 3D vision. That part works okay. But the field of view is actually quite poor. So I can only hit this little area right in the middle where I can see things with both cameras, and it doesn't even cover the full traverse of the laser. So that's one problem. Second problem, got these little ribbons here. Great for communication, but they're flimsy, not very long, and sometimes the Raspberry Pi just doesn't detect it when it boots up, so you have to boot up 2 or 3 times in order to get it to go. I think that would be better if that was USB. So that's the biggest thing right now that needs an upgrade. And then the fourth component, this track system, honestly, is just woefully underpowered. So it does move, but it's got kind of small motors. This whole thing, I think, was designed for something that's about 5 pounds, and my system's about 25 pounds. So woefully underpowered motors. It's got these tracks, which are nice, but they're plastic, and there's no tensioners, so they do tend to slip a lot. So it can move forward, not very well. Really can't turn, even though we do have those casters on the front now, and really just need a big upgrade. So those are the two things that we need. We need a camera, and we need a better track. And normally what we do right now, we got a Mark II, take everything that we learned from it, we make a Mark III, and the Mark III is the point where we can start showing it to somebody and start actually using it. But in this case, the Mark II is just so poor. Like we can't even get a good test with it. So the right thing to do, take the Mark II, keep it, but upgrade the few things in it that don't really work right. Make a Mark 2.1 is what I tend to call it. So we'll leave all this. I know it looks like crap, but we'll leave it because it does work pretty well. The laser works okay. We can address some problems with it later. But let's do something about that camera and the track system and make a Mark 2.1. So again, camera. All right, this doesn't work very well. We also have a little bit of a problem, and that is at a 45-degree angle. So that Z-axis where we get most of our error actually corresponds somewhat with the Y-axis of the laser. So we do tend to miss in that direction. What I'd like to do, let's take this, let's put it right overhead. Move this out of the way, we'll get ourselves a picture. That way we get a much cleaner view. We can get it nice and high so we can capture that full traverse of the laser. We'll get rid of these guys, switch it over to USB, and then we'll build kind of a not necessarily a crane, but a mount somewhere over the laser. And then we will upgrade to this guy right here. All right, we got 2 of them, put them in the right spots, connect with USB. I think that'll take care of that, or at least get us much closer to what we need. Track system, on the other hand, is going to be much more fun. So again, this was just a hobbyist. This was like an $80 robot. There was a tank. I took it apart and I used the tracks. But let's move over to this guy. Okay, so you can see the big difference there. And then the motors, these are planetary gear motors. Obviously much, much bigger. And we'll actually have 2 of them on each side instead of 1 on each side. So let's get to that. Got a Mark II. Mark II does work. I did put it in the yard. I did hit some weeds with it. But let's upgrade those tracks, upgrade the cameras, make a Mark 2.1, and see if we can get a much better test.